Hello, hello! Welcome to day 3 of What the Fuck is Feng Shui Masterclass. I am like so excited because I'm getting all of these comments, DMs, messages, and I hear that you're loving the group, and I love that. I love sharing Feng Shui with you and just like the knowledge, sharing the knowledge that our environment has such a huge impact on everything about us, how we view the world, our ability to be positive, our ability to work on our limiting beliefs. It helps us in so many areas. It helps us be happier, healthier, wiser. And so I am so excited that you're here. And my computer just restarted, so I lost my ring light, but it'll come back on. Hello, Shannon. Oh my gosh, you are here. I'm so excited that you're here. So if you're hopping on live, I want to know if you've watched both days so far, or if you're going to catch them on the replay still. I know that this time might not be the most ideal. Hello, Kim. It might not be the most ideal for everyone, and the videos will be up in the group for a little bit anyway, for at least a week, maybe a little bit longer. If you want access to these videos, I'm actually going to be placing them into a portal that I call the vault. So everything will be going into the vault. It's $15 Canadian every month. And you can cancel at any time, but there is a ton of stuff in there. There's a ton more Feng Shui in there. So if you're interested, let me know. There's meditations in there. I'm a certified meditation guide. There we go. So there's meditations in there. There's trainings in there. There is money masterclass in there. There's all the things in there. And the money masterclass has helped so many women make so much. It's like just like crazy goals, hit crazy goals. So yeah, I just love it. And if you're wanting to continue with me and just sort of like see where I go in my journey, I also have a free Facebook group called From Here to Extraordinary, and I give little tips. So that one is amazing as well. So let's get started. There's Lois. Hello, Lois. Oh, how wonderful, Shannon says. Yeah, I love, like, the vault is like such a fun place, and it's just for me to put sort of like the best of the best stuff that I do. I just update it with like the best videos that I've done recently, even as like from years ago for weight loss and things when I was doing them. So it's been sort of a like all of the best Sandra stuff that I place in the vault, and I want everyone to be able to have access to it. So, you know, $15 Canadian, I think that's like, I don't know, $11 US right now. So yeah, I love it. And there is more stuff in there. Like, I'm telling you, you can't like, yeah, you can't ever get to the end of it. Hello, Robin. Oh, Shine says, oh, about the messages. Yeah, like I've been getting so many messages. Oh my God, I'm loving your Feng Shui class. So I love that too. Okay, so today, grab your pen and your paper, because I am coming at you with so many things that you can implement right now. So on day 1, I kind of talked to you a little bit about my journey with Feng Shui and just my story till now, and how I view Feng Shui just really being this awareness that our space, it's like our space and us, we exchange energy all the time. And the energy patterns in our space are predictable. So if we are, man, I tell you, if we are the people who are living in a space that isn't supporting us, our space is not just a container for our shit. You know what I mean? It is, oh, your computer restarted because of a problem. Press a key or wait. Well, this doesn't sound good, does it? We're just gonna continue, it's okay. When it figures itself out, it will. All right, so, there we go. I'm back. Our space is not just a container for our shit. And when we can really see our environment and our homes as a place that either feeds us like fuel, like good food, or pulls us back, like, you know, if we were to eat, I don't know, chocolate all the time for 3 meals a day. Sounds pretty tasty, but you know what? It's probably not good for us in the end. So, but that's kind of how I see our space. It's like, is our space fueling us for what we want to achieve? And is it helping us or is it hindering us? And that's what we're going to talk about. So we talked about my journey. Yesterday, we really talked about like clutter being undone tasks, but also clutter being stuck energy. So if we want to lose weight, if we want to feel better, if we want to attract a new relationship in our life, if we want to attract wealth, the thing is that we need movement in our bodies. And by having clutter, we're actually resisting it. We're resisting the energy from moving and flowing. So we want to make sure that the clutter is gone. Now, today, and yesterday we talked about, you know, the basics of Feng Shui and the way that I teach it. Today, we're going to talk about the key 3. Now, it's important to know that the amount that I can teach you in 3 hours is just like, it's like this much. Because I can teach you, I can go so much deeper. I can go so much deeper into how you can use your space to realign your energy. And to feel better, just to bring balance to you, to bring that yin to your yang. And we can do specific for business. We can do specific for relationships. We can do specific in so many areas. And it's not just, I want to increase my business, so I'm going to work in the one gua. There are several guas that we would look at in your space. The other thing that I want you to know is this. A mansion that is beautiful and designed by an interior designer doesn't mean that it's been designed to be feng shuied. They're different. You can feng shui a one room, you can feng shui a trailer, or you can feng shui a multi-million-dollar home. I've done them all. Because the thing is, you can have it designed well, but you want to have it designed with intention. You can have a beautiful home with a beautiful office that's in your wealth gua, but there's nothing in that area to suggest the goals that you've set for yourself for wealth. You're holding yourself back. So, I just wanted to say that because I think that so many times, okay, we're just going to go without. We're going to go without this diva ring light here. But I think so many times people think, well, my house is really designed well and it's pretty and I like it and it feels good, so that's feng shui. No, it's not. If it feels good, it's good feng shui, yes. But how can we use our space as a 3D vision board? That's the key. All right, so today we're going to talk about the key 3. Now, this is a concept that it's like, if you're going to focus on anywhere, there are 3 key sort of areas that you want to focus in your home. Can anyone guess what they are? I'll bet you wouldn't. Maybe you would. As soon as I tell you, you'll go, oh yeah, of course. All right, so the key three are your front door, your kitchen, and your bedroom. And the reason that I want to talk about them is that I think that when we design these three spaces, when we really pay attention to these three spaces, I really feel a significant shift within our bodies and within ourselves. And so that's what I really want to talk about today. And I'm going to give you a shit ton of tips on what you can do and why in those spaces. Okay. So the first one is the best one. Front door. I love shifting people's front doors. And I think I see the most shifts and the most changes when we look at our front door as what it truly is. Our front door, so this is the architectural front door, remember? The one that the pizza guy wants to go through. The architectural front door is where all of the chi, all of the good energy comes into our home. Now imagine this. Years ago, actually, I want you to just close your eyes for now. Just close your eyes. And I'm going to give you the two different scenarios here of my actual door, my front door. So imagine you drive up, you're the pizza delivery guy, and you drive up to my front door. You walk up the stairs, and the stairs are like, I've just moved into this space, and you walk up the stairs, and the stairs feel a little weird, like they're on a slant, like they've shifted somehow. And so it's like you get up, but you don't feel comfortable walking up the stairs because you kind of got to billy goat your way up in a way. Like the stairs are sort of at an angle. You know how that feels? It feels like uncomfortable in your space. It feels uncomfortable when you're walking up these stairs. And you get to the front door, and you go to open the door. The door handle is a little sticky, and you open the door slightly, and there's a dog there. This is my black lab, May. There's a dog there, and she's sticking her nose out the door. And you know this dog bolts. So you hold on, you squish in, you like, hello. And you got to push the dog out, push the dog into, try to hold the dog back, and you're going to slip through the door. Close the door. Why can't you open the door fully? Because Sandra's two children walked in the door and dropped their tiny little shoes on the floor mat, and you couldn't open the door if you tried, and even if you did, the dog would slip out. You walk around, there is shoes everywhere, and Sandra's husband has left the closet doors open to the front entrance. Not that inviting. Now, Sandra kicks her husband's ass for the front doors being open, and her kids, she's now created little shelves with their names on them. P.S. They're still there, and they know where their shoes go. They've got their little baskets for their little mittens, and everything has their place. They put them back. They have taken their dog to obedience classes. And now the dog is scared to bolt and stays up the stairs and doesn't open. So now you walk up, the stairs have been fixed. We just replaced the stairs. The stairs have been fixed. They're expansive. They have beautiful railings. You don't have to billy goat your way up. There's a really nice mat at the front door. The door handle is new. You open the door, it opens wide. There are no shoes there. They're all placed away. And there's a beautiful table, side table, where there's a place to put your purse and your keys, and it feels like its own room. See the shift between those two. When I give you the visual, I mean, you can picture how awful that would feel, right? The first one versus the second one. Our front entrance is literally where all of our chi and all of our energy comes through, but it is also where our opportunities come through. So what we want to do is we want to really truly make sure that our front entrance is designed well and that it has all of the elements that would make your front entrance welcoming, because ideally you want to welcome in opportunities. So there's several things that you want to have in your front entrance. Now, the first one is a welcome mat. You want to make sure that you have a welcome mat. And I'm pretty cheeky and I'm pretty sassy and I love a good, there we go. I love a good, like, fun welcome mat, you know? I love a welcome mat that says like, hide the packages or go away. I'm antisocial, or like, I don't know, any number of like these, oh my goodness, okay. Any number of these crazy, crazy things for front mattress, like mats. I think they're hilarious. But the first thing that I would do if I was gonna walk into your space and you had one of those cheeky, sarcastic things is I would tell you to shift it out to be a welcome mat. It's called a welcome mat for a reason. You wanna welcome in your people, but you also wanna welcome in opportunities. So grab a mat that feels amazing to you, and you want it to be as wide as it can be, like as large as possible. That's probably the very best, as large as possible, and just make it feel so that when someone is standing on that mat, it's not just to wipe their shoes off. When someone stands on the mat, they feel at home. They feel comfortable. Now my mat, I need a new mat because my mat is nice and square and it's the size of my door, but I would like a little bit of a larger one. So I'm on the hunt for a larger mat. But the very first thing that I did with my son's condo is get a beautiful, large, wide mat for the front door that welcomed in opportunities for him. So the mat is extremely important. Don't forget that. The other thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you keep the entrance as wide as possible. You want it to feel expansive. You want it to feel opulent. And so one of the things that I really love is like big, huge double doors. Beautiful. We have glass in our door, but we also have a side light. So it sort of visually expands the door and it makes it look wider than it actually is. The other thing that I like to do sometimes is I call them chi, they're called chi activators, but especially in the spring or the summer or the fall, to have like urns or pots or something on either side of your door, and maybe some like beautiful flowers in there or some sort of like detail, because what it does is it visually expands your door. It makes it look like it's way wider than it is. And that welcomes in more opportunities. You want to make sure that your door knocker works. If you have a door knocker, like that it's not like squeaky. Or if you don't have a door knocker, because you don't live in a mansion, haunted mansion maybe, but if you don't have a door knocker, make sure that the doorbell works. So often people will have like doorbells that don't really work, or they look a little shoddy. Replacing that the doorbell is important. When you have like a sticky door handle like I had, it's really important to grab the WD-40. or even change out the door handle if that works for you. If you're able to. My whole thing with Feng Shui is like I try to just move things around without having to pay for too much. Usually we have a lot of the things that we need in our space and we just like revive it and put it in an amazing place. Painting the front door. Painting the front door helps too, Kim. I have a beautiful red door. It's called Caliente Red. I love it. The thing with doors is there's so many times they say, you know, like a brown door is a social door if you want to be more social, and red doors are Feng Shui doors and blah, blah, blah. And so is that true? For sure. You can go and look through all of those colored doors and you can see what the colors represent. You can see what yellow represents. But here's the thing that I want you to know. When you're going to choose a color for your door, you want to make sure that it enhances your home, like the existing colors of your home. Like, what is the color of your home? The worst thing is like if you have like, I don't know, an orange house and then you maybe, or a pink house and then you paint it like a bright orangey red and it clashes. You want it to enhance it, but you want the door color to stand out. So I chose like a nice Feng Shui red, but it happens to go with my house. My house is sort of like a tan color a little bit. And so the front door really pops. And I have chi activators on either side of the stairs that lead up to my front door versus the front door, because it's kind of like it's up on an angle, right? So if I put the chi activators there, it's not as welcoming as I find when I've got them on either side of the staircase. So, you know, there's always room to sort of shift, and but the ideal is that you bring attention to your architectural front door. So good question. Thank you so much. Where was I going? Oh yeah. So grab the WD-40 and make sure your door opens well. Make sure that it doesn't stick and it feels like you can open it really well. The other thing that's important is house numbers that would be close to your door. I think one of the things that drives me crazy, just as a person in the world, is driving down the street looking for a house that I do not know what the house is, where the house is. Like, you know, I've never been there before. And I'm looking and they say, oh yeah, I'm like 802 4th Avenue. And I'm looking 802. Okay, wait a minute. They're not like 800, 802, 804. They're a little bit wonky. Wait a minute. Where's 802? Where's it? I can't see number 802. And then all of a sudden I'm at 812. What the fuck? Where's 802? If I can't see where 802 is and the pizza delivery guy drives past your house because he doesn't know where 802 is, the opportunities don't know where 802 is. You want to make it really friggin' clear. You're number 802. If you live out in the country, I often get this question, what if I live out in the country? Should I put like our legal land description? I mean, sure you can, if that is what you would give someone to give directions to your house. But one of the things that I really love to do is just like have someone have a beautiful sign, welcome to the Priestleys, or the Priestleys, or the Zemp Ranch. I don't know, you know, like have like a beautiful sign that would be at the entrance to your lane, something so that people know where you are. Even if you were to say, like you called it Memory Lane, I don't, you know how you could just like name yourself. And then as long as you tell the people, yeah, there's a sign that says Memory Lane, it drives people to it. it is like, it is key. This concept of, if the pizza guy struggles to find your place, opportunities will struggle to find your place. So let's make sure the pizza dude knows where you're going, where he's going. So the other thing that you want to do is make sure that that your outside lights are working. If they're burnt out, you want to make sure the first thing that you do is replace those burnt out bulbs. It's really important. And then try to keep your lights on as much as possible. Now, my husband put in some lights. We've had some theft in the area, and so we always keep our outside lights on. And I'm pretty sure that the neighbors think they've moved to an airstrip, because he put in these lights that are like so freaking bright. I'm pretty sure you can see them from space. Like, were they, I don't know. I don't know what he was doing. They must be like energy efficient. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure you can see them from space. And here's the thing, opportunities, they're coming like fast and furious, it seems. So sometimes just like turning the lights on, replacing it. I did this one course one time where one of the girls in the course, she lived out on a farm. And I was talking about the lights, and she commented below me and just said, makes note to change the overhead lamp, like the street lamp kind of thing. And so that's what she did. She went and she got like a big, huge bulb, you know, because it's like the ones that are like way up high, like on a farm, like big, huge. So she went and she got the lamp and, I don't know, a crane to get her up there, and she changed the bulb, and she literally had tons of opportunities coming to her. Like, she was shocked at how that shifted for her. So, yeah, those are some of the things. And the other thing that I think is really, really important is that once you open the door, you want to make sure that it feels like it's its own little space. Like, you want to make sure that it feels like it's its own little room, and it doesn't have to be huge. I have a small landing, but I want it to feel like its own room, so that when you walk in the door, people don't feel like running into the house, but they feel like there's enough room, or it feels comfortable enough for them to be standing inside or on the front entrance. So I try to make it its own little room. I have a place for like a really nice little key holder with a door on it that I got from a friend of mine, and like 15 years ago, and I still love it. And it is right into the inside of my door. So we've got a place for our keys to hang up, but that still looks neat. I've got a big, huge mat on the inside of my space, so that it feels grounding. And then to the left-hand side, I have a little table that with a beautiful dish that I absolutely love, and a few little decorative pieces, but it's a place for like my kids to come in, you know, my daughter to put her purse, me to put her purse there. My son has his keys and walks in the door, literally grabs his keys, throws them in the dish, grabs his wallet out of his pocket, throws it in the dish. And it's like, just gets things out of your hands so that you can feel good. And then hopefully my husband will put the doors closed. Oh. Anyway, but so these are things for your front door. And I can't tell you, and then what I want you to do is pay attention to the opportunities that come to you. What comes to you from this point? Now, the next one is the kitchen. The kitchen represents health and wealth. One of the things that I love that I learned about the kitchen is that when people, and I think any chef would tell you the same thing, when you are cooking food for someone, the energy that you cook it in, the energy that you have in your body when you're cooking it goes into the food. And so, you know, you've got all these chefs that say cook with love, right? Cook with love. And so the thing that you want to do is really have a space that you love so that you can get into that energy. Your space gives you the energy that fulfills you, that makes you feel amazing, and then you can pass that on into the food. I just love this whole process, this whole sort of like cycle of energy. And I think it's so good, like when you see people like Sarah with her, this kitchen is made for dancing, but like, you know, turn some music on, grab a fancy glass. If you're into wine, drinking, you know, a nice glass of wine while you cook, or, oh man, I'm like so into non-alcoholic wines right now, but like, you know, just anything, even like a beautiful glass of water with like a slice of lemon and a slice of lime, or a slice of pineapple and mint or something, just to make you feel special. It makes a huge difference, I think, in everything, and even the health of the food. When it comes to the kitchen, you want to make sure the stove, especially the stove and the oven, is representative of health and wealth. So you want to make sure that you use all of the burners, because if you're only using one burner, like typically, you know, we got our favorite one. It's like kids, we got a favorite kit. But like, seriously though, usually we have a favorite burner. And I don't know why we would choose a favorite burner, but you know, we do. So it's important to always make sure that you're choosing different burners, that you're using all 4 or 6 if you've got one of those big fancy stoves, or but it's important that you're using all of the burners, switch them out. It's also really important that you keep your stove clean. So as best as you can, keep that thing clean and just feeling good. So there's that. And, you know, ovens as well, same thing, but it's predominantly the stove top that you want to keep really pristinely clean. Also, the fridge is a big, huge thing for me. The fridge is like, when my fridge is so clean, I just feel like I am killing it in life, you know? And so I think it's important to keep it clean and to keep it looking like nice. I personally love to have like all of the bright, like have lots of color in my fridge. So like bright lemons and oranges and greens and, you know, all of the things. If you can keep some color in your fridge and some freshness in your fridge, it just does something else for your health. It just improves your health. The other thing is that in the kitchen, if you have a kitchen island or a dining room table, I suppose you could use, but it's predominantly like a kitchen island or on the kitchen counters, something to increase the vibe in your space is a nice bowl of lemons. Lemons are like, they're nice and bright, they're fresh, they feel like clean, fresh energy. And if you're on a health journey, a bowl of lemons is like just uplifting. The other thing that I like to do is I love to just add flowers to my space. Most times if I can get them, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. Like I am the girl who buys all of her flowers at Sobeys grocery store. So you don't have to spend a ton of money. And I also wait until they're like $8.99. I don't buy flowers that are $20 either. Like I am the girl that used to spend $25 on one flower. Those King Pro Tias are expensive suckers. And I used to buy like every single week, and I would go in and spend up to $100 on flowers. I don't do that now because I found that I actually like the Sobeys flowers better. They last longer. I think they turn over faster, And I can buy as many flowers as I want then. I could buy 2 or 3 different groupings. I usually try to always have flowers in my daughter's room and also in my kitchen. When she moves, I'm gonna have flowers in my room. Like I'm thinking, why don't I have flowers in my room? Anyway, so but usually we purchase flowers weekly from the grocery store. But anything really bright, like it'll just brighten up the space and it just feels more healthy. So that's something to remember. The other thing is, when at all possible, you want to make sure that you are in the command position. So a lot of times when we look in our space in Western, like the Western world anyway, our stovetops are facing the wall. And what happens is that makes us feel really uncomfortable when our back is exposed. The cardinal rule of Feng Shui is to always protect your back. So if you think in terms of like trying to be comfortable and trying to be as most at ease as possible, because that's the energy that you want to put into your food, imagine if your back is exposed. Because what happens was, even if you are in your space and you feel pretty okay, your subconscious mind is thinking, Sandra, you can't see what's behind you. And if you live in my house, my son and my husband love to sneak up and scare me. Now, one would think that they would know, because I will lose my shit if they jump up and they scare me. But I guess that's what they want. But you know, it's a really good example of like, if I were standing at my kitchen counter, facing the door, facing out, and I was, you know, like facing into the room, guess what? Those 2 asses will never be able to scare me because I'm in command of my space. So when at all possible, even most of us, I have 2, most of us have the stove that is facing the wall. I intentionally will take my cutting board and place it on the kitchen island so that I can face out, like I can face into the space, into the room, so that my back is to the wall, my back is to the stove. So I try to intentionally do that as much as possible so that I'm in command of my space and my subconscious mind isn't going, but Sandra, what if they're going to scare you? But Sandra, what if something unexpected happens? But Sandra, you should be worried. Because we don't want that. We don't want unexpected things to happen. And just side note, the reason that I called my newest course For Fuck's Sakes Move Your Desk is because of this. Now, it's 5 days. It's going to be a ton of information, and it's not just move your desk so that you're not facing the wall. But the majority of entrepreneurs, what I notice is, and it's, even if you look on Pinterest, this is what pisses me off the most. If you look on Pinterest and you go, pretty home offices, you want to know what you'll see? A whole whack of small desks pushed up against the wall with your back to the entrance. That is the best way to ensure that unexpected things will happen in your business. It is the best way to ensure that you will be limited in your creativity. You will be limited in what you can acquire and what you can achieve. There's a reason that my desk is facing in. The other thing that entrepreneurs often do is they will place their desk up against the wall facing the window because they have good lighting. And clearly I do not have good lighting today because my computer is what is hooked up to my Diva ring light, and for some reason it wants to start and restart and start and restart and start and restart. So would it be handier would it be the best light ever on my face for me to be facing the window? Yes, it would be. It would be wonderful. I would look fabulous. But I don't look that unfabulous right now that my ring light is working. And also, I am absolutely in command of my business. I know what's coming. I'm not shocked. I am creative. Honestly. I am creative. And other than some technical issues with my computer this morning, everything is really in control. So, for fuck's sakes, move your desk is like, that's just the tiny key. But it drives me bonkers because I think we are holding ourselves back so much in online space, in women that work from home. We hold ourselves back from so much potential because of the way that we're designing our offices and the various areas. I think we can really do a lot better and see a lot more wealth generation, a lot more at being in control, a lot more creativity, and a lot more success, more helpful people, more referrals, more word of mouth, better relationships, the perfect people that will work with you. Like, I mean, there's no end to the success that you can have when you shift your space in that office. So being in the command position in your kitchen, in your office, and also I'm going to talk about in your bedroom is huge. So I hope I hammered on that long enough. Okay, if you're having a problem, okay, I am having a problem, Mr. Computer. All right, we're gonna see if this is good. Like, I don't know why, but I can't let it go that this is not working because it should be working. So I don't know why my computer keeps restarting, but it's okay. All right, so the last one of the key three, this one is the bedroom. Now the bedroom is huge because we want to make sure that this is like an inviting place to sleep. This is not a container for your shit. This is not where you place everything. This is not where you ideally want to, put your treadmill when you hang your clothes. We don't want that. So what we do want to do is make sure that it is a space for regeneration, that it feels, okay, I think we got it now, that it feels like this is a place for renewal. When we sleep, our cells are regenerating, our organs are healing, like everything is really taking that rest and restoring. So the best thing we can do in the bedroom is to make sure that it is a space that supports us. This is not a place for us to keep clutter. This is especially not a place for us to keep things that would represent unhealthiness. And we want to make sure that our bed is also in the command position, just like I talked about in the office, just like I talked about in the kitchen. So the command position has 3 components to it, and you want to try to get 2 of the 3. It's the rule of 2/3. So you want to try to access at least 2 of 3. So number 1 is you want to be farthest away from the door. Imagine, now this is like, imagine a burglar's coming in. When I was in the prison, it would be like, you wouldn't want to put your back to the door right next to the door, right? You can imagine this would be dangerous. And while it's logical in a prison, it is logical fear to our subconscious mind. We might think, we can tell ourselves, our conscious mind going, it doesn't matter, we're safe, we're safe, we're safe, we're safe. And the subconscious mind is going, holy fuck, this chick is crazy, she's not safe. Imagine it's like our primitive mind, right? Imagine you are a cave woman and, you know, everyone has gone out hunting for food and you're in the kitchen protecting the babies. And you are never, ever going to sit yourself in the mouth of the cave with your back to the cave or to the cave door. Never in a million years. That's what you're doing if you're not in the command position of your bedroom. So the bed is going to go farthest away from the door with a solid wall at your back with a view of the door. Those are the three things. Now, sometimes it's really impossible to get all three, so you're going to shoot for two. Shoot for two, and if you can get three, it's all good. That's even better. But shoot for two. Where would you place your bed? Tell me if your bed is in the perfect position, or tell me if you would shift it a little bit. If that makes you change your mind about where you would place it. I want to know. So that's the command position, and this will help us to regenerate. Here's the other thing we want to make sure that we do. Nothing under the bed. You want to have the chi flow. You want to have the flow of the energy circulating around the bed. You don't like the thing we just purchased, a whole new bedroom suite rather. And my husband is like, oh my gosh, let's get a captain's bed. I said, like a 9-year-old child? Look at all the storage. What are we going to fucking store under there? So that was the floor model, like the one that they were showing. And we love the whole bedroom set. And the girl's like, oh yeah, this is, and I'm like, does it come without the captain's bed? Does it come without the drawers underneath? Oh, but there's so much storage. I don't care. Not healthy. Does it come with legs? Oh, yeah, I think we can get it with legs. Thank God. Because we were not getting that. No matter how much I liked it, we were not getting the bed with the storage underneath. I don't care what my husband says. But look at all the storage. Oh, good. Let's grab the mothballs, Grandma. Like, what on earth would we put under there? Like, unless it's pantry items, I don't need any other storage. Like, anyway, we got the legs. So nothing goes underneath the bed. You want the energy to move. One of the things that I will allow, one of the things that you can put under the bed is a treasure bowl. So like imagine like a bowl or a box of things that you just want to bring into your life. So it might be things like as significant as you want, and as creative as you want, but it might be something like a coil to represent flexibility, or a rubber band. It might be different denominations of money because you want to bring money into your life. It might be, any number of things that you can put in this bowl or a box, and you can then place it right underneath where your solar plexus would be, and see what happens. So that's something that's super fun. My husband has the hugest, he doesn't have like a treasure bowl, but he has the hugest piece of pyrite. Like it's like this big. It's huge and it's heavy, and he just placed the pyrite rock underneath him. And it's been very good for us financially, I guess. So that's good. And our bedroom happens to be in our wealth corner. So that's also good. But ideally that's what you would like. And if you're interested, I did a treasure bowl workshop and it's in the vault as well. So $15 a month. And if the tech team, I'm not sure if the tech team is on, but if the tech team is on, if they could just link the vault in here for anyone that's interested. And like, you can go in, check it out, check out all the money manifestation stuff, check out some meditations, check out my treasure bowl thing, and then you can cancel if you want later on or whenever you want. So that's another thing. Ideally, you don't want to see yourself in the mirror when you're sleeping. What happens is a mirror doubles the energy of whatever it happens to be looking at. So you want to always keep your mirrors clean. Just while I'm on mirrors, always keep your mirrors clean and always make sure that you can see your entire head in the mirror. But more than that, you don't want to see your reflection in the mirror when you sleep, because if you do, it's like vibrating back and forth, and what ends up happening is it creates too much energy and too much unsettled energy. And what you want to do is you want to create like an environment of relaxation and beauty in your bedroom. So mirrors that reflect you, not great. If there's no other place, if you have to have a mirror in your space, I have one in mine. I just can't see myself in the mirror. But if you have to have or want to have a mirror in your space and it's reflecting you, then you can just either move the mirror so that you can't see yourself, or you can like put like a sheet over top. It doesn't look pretty at night, but just try it for a week. Try it for a week and then see how you feel. See if you sleep better. One of the other things, if you struggle with sleep, is I want you to look at what is on your bedside tables. Because when you have bedside tables that are full of stuff and full of clutter and full of things and you just dump them in, you typically can struggle with sleep. So clean off the bedside tables. It's almost like I want you to think of your bedside table as speaking to you all night long. What is it saying? Is it saying, you've got a lot to do here? Or is it saying, oh, this feels so peaceful? Now, if you are wanting to have one of the things in the bedroom is one of the things. Oh, Robin says bedside table clutter. I know, right? Wasn't it you, Robin, who went through your bedside tables, decluttered the space, and then slept so much better? I feel like it was you. I mean, I got so many comments back about the bedside table thing, but I feel like that was you. Robin says furthest from door, solid wall behind your back, nothing under the bed. Is that right? Yes. No, furthest from the door, solid wall at your back, and view from the door. Those are the three. Those are the key three. Nothing under your bed is bonus. Treasure bowl, bonus. Robin, yes, Robin took my Room for Miracles challenge. It's a free challenge that you can sign up for if you want, and I'll put that in the comments as well. Shannon has a window. Yeah, windows are fine. Okay, so the other thing that you want to is if you want an equal relationship, like an equal partnership, or you want to attract a partner, you want to make sure that you have two side tables that are the same. And the things on top are roughly the same too. Like one thing that you wouldn't want is like one beautiful lamp on one side and like a, I don't know, tiny little sad lamp on the other side. Or you don't want to have like a cluttered side table on one side and then a beautiful one on the other one, or only one side table. Because what that means is that there's an inequality in the relationship. Shannon says we have an end table on Troy's side and a cabinet on yours. I would prefer okay, now sometimes, I mean, I do have an old set, not an old set, but like a set, and the set is actually set up like that. Like it's designed, it matches, but it like one is a cabinet and one is like a different sort of two-leveled side table. Not the worst case scenario. But I prefer for them to be the same with the same things on them. Like you want them to be as equal as possible. The nightstand changes were huge. Yes. And Robin, were they huge within your relationship too when you got the second nightstand? This will be interesting to know because I've always had the same nightstands in our bedroom, like we have always. So but I know I've heard so much when people have, right. Okay, Robin says yes. Like what happens is it creates an inequality. The other thing is if you're single and you want to attract someone into your life, you want to make sure that you have 2 nightstands. So that's amazing. So Shannon, I mean, something to think of. I'm always the one that says, don't buy, like you don't have to buy things. So if you can make them as similar as possible, maybe just with the things that are on them, that would be okay. Like I said, I'm always the one I'm trying to not have you buy things, but if you are in the market for a new bedroom set, absolutely, I would say 2 matching nightstands, hands down for sure. One of the other things that I like is to have a groundedness to your bed. And so sometimes I will suggest like a nice rug that goes underneath the bed if you've got, if you've got hardwood like I do. But even if you have carpet, sometimes it just adds this extra groundedness is to have an area rug underneath. So if you have one, that's great. If you've got one from the basement that you want to bring up to your bedroom to improve your health or to just make you feel a little bit more grounded when you sleep, absolutely freaking awesome. You want to try to keep electronics out of your space as well. This is a place for regeneration. The worst thing that you could probably do is put work in your space. You want this to feel rejuvenating. You want this to feel relaxing and really calm. So don't place your work in your space. Don't place your office desk up next to the wall, next to your bed. Don't have your work computer there. Don't have all of these things that, would make you feel so like your subconscious mind would go, oh, you've got work to do. What are you doing? Why are you sleeping? This is a space for connection with your spouse. This is a space for relaxation, rejuvenation, and health. So let's design it like it feels amazing to be in it. And then spend your time there. Robin says mine are now matching. Finally had to go to Amazon. Yeah, I know you were struggling to find that second nightstand. Sandra says, I see now people having no nightstands. How's that? I've noticed that too, and I find it odd. Like, I don't know, where would you put your water? I really think, where would you put your water? Like, I guess I'm worried about water. But anyway, I don't know. The other thing that I intentionally do, I love like a good set of big lamps. I had these like small sad lamps that I had for like 23 years and I pitched them, thank God. I hated those things. But, and they matched my bedroom set. They came with my bedroom set. But I will now intentionally, like, once it gets a little bit darker, even on days where it's really overcast and cloudy, I will intentionally turn on the lamps on my nightstands in my bedroom just to make it feel sort of soft and nice and relaxing. I just love the lamps being on, so I'll intentionally do that. If you do have, like, I have a big not huge, but I have a TV in our bedroom, and I like to have it in there. Feng Shui would tell you, get the electronics out, take off the alarm clock, get the iPhone away from you. But like, you know what? I wouldn't get out of bed. Like, I think that just like Naturally, we need alarm clocks. Sorry, but I can't live by candlelight and a moon dial or a sundial on its own. I'm not going to wake up like that. So I think like do what makes sense, because if I'm going to go to bed and think I'm going to get rid of all of my electronics, I'm going to get rid of my alarm clock, I'm going to, keep my iPhone out in the bedroom, guess what's going to happen? I'm not going to sleep, because I'm going to constantly be worried that I'm going to not wake up in the morning to go to work or to go to my appointments or to show up live. Well, that's counterintuitive. Now, the TV in my room, could I get rid of it? Yeah, but I'm not going to. So you're killing me, cave woman. So what you can do is you can, again, put like a sheet over top of your TV if you'd like. I don't. I turn it off and I let it be. One of the things that I personally love to do is when I was at work, I really struggled to fall asleep without the TV on. I had so many racing thoughts going through my mind that I literally, I couldn't do it. And so I would always have the TV on, and I have tinnitus too. So the TV just kind of tunes out the fact that I can hear this squealing in my ears. And so, Robin says, I put nice green scarf on my TV. Oh, so, and it's in your wealth and, I call it wealth and abundance gua. And has that shifted? How has that shifted for you? Yeah, wealth and prosperity, you call it? Okay, so, and how has it shifted for you? Since you placed this green scarf on your TV, how has it shifted? Do you feel you're sleeping better? Has anything happened? But for me, I just let it be, and I try not to worry about it. Oh, Robin says she sleeps better. Good for you. I actually will turn on a meditation, either my own or someone else's. I will turn on a meditation, and I find that it'll just get me into that relaxed state. And sometimes I'm not always falling asleep to it. I mean, I think you can absolutely fall asleep, and it will work on your subconscious mind, especially a few of them that I do. But I think that it's important to just even just be in the space of listening, right? And visualizing and being in your own mind. Meditation has just truly changed my life. I used to have racing thoughts, and 10 or 15 of them at a time. I was crazy in my mind with rabid squirrels that needed a tranquilizer dart. And meditation has truly shifted. And the way that I do meditation, the guided meditations, it's the way that I do them is to access your intuition, to access the blessings and the messages that you can get from source energy. And so I see it as it's not annoying to me. I used to think meditation was annoying because I imagined myself having a thought and releasing the thought, and that would just piss me off. I couldn't do it because it was I suck at meditating. I suck at not thinking. So this type of meditation is a visualization, but it allows you to connect into your higher power, which I think if meditation has a purpose and is to listen to my thoughts, what a fucking better way to do it, really, right? Okay. Shannon says, I love to meditate before sleeping as well. I just think it just makes such a difference in the quality of our sleep. Sandra says, I always had a little fear that I'm doing the feng shui wrong. Now I'm using more intuition. Yeah, use your intuition. And I think here's the thing is if what are we putting out there? If we make a shift, we make a change and things don't improve right away, maybe it's our belief in the thing. Or if we shift something and our life goes to shit, guess what? Sometimes it happens. My son right now is in the hospital and with a really serious situation. And does that mean that I feng shuied our space wrong? No, it doesn't. What it means is sometimes things happen in order to shift our path. And it's okay. It's okay. The minute we think, oh my gosh, what did I do? How did I do this wrong? This can't be, it's not working for me. It's working for her. It's not working for me. Why is it not working for me? When we start focusing there, then it's like what we think about, we bring about, right? My podcast co-host, so if you are not on, if you're on Spotify, you can listen to us. It's called The Happy Half Hour. And we really just talk about like living in awareness, really, and how we can live a little bit happier, how we can see things as gifts. And we did a really, really good podcast. I just recorded it. We just recorded it yesterday and it'll be released on Thursday. But it was about this whole process of like holding both. If you want, like, so my goal is to make $100,000 a month. And so that's a huge goal. But there's always the yin and the yang of life. So if I want to up level, if I want to grow, if I want to have that, I need to be able to hold or to handle other things as well. There's always going to be the dark and the light. We can't think that $100,000 a month is going to be sunshine and rainbows coming out my ass all day long, every day in all areas of my life. It's not going to be. There will be things that we just need to move through and process through. So we do the best that we possibly can in managing and holding all of the joys and all the tribulations of life as well. And so that podcast, I just feel is really good. But the other thing, I got sidetracked there, but it's so funny because when things happen, I think what we need to do is reach out to people who won't take us down that dreaded path of fear, but reach us on a level of what else is possible. Reach us on a level of like, understanding where you're at and not keeping you down the rabbit hole of despair. So when I reach out to my coach, when I reach out to my podcast host is always going to say, but what story are you telling? What story are you telling yourself? She's a life coach. What story are you telling yourself? Well, what story was I telling myself? I could choose to tell myself the fear of, holy crap, what if I didn't get him into the hospital on time? Oh my gosh, I could have missed this. Oh my gosh, and let me tell you, at 4:00 in the morning, Google is not your friend. Happened to be this morning. And I constantly was thinking to myself, Lee would tell me, what story am I telling myself? What story am I telling myself? What do I want to create? If what you want to create is massive wealth, then live in the massive wealth. Think in terms of massive wealth. Think in terms of releasing things that no longer serve you so that you can open up, make space for things to come into your life. If we are sitting like this, we cannot capture, we cannot carry, we cannot catch the football when it comes to us, that football of gold, when we're sitting like this, when we're sitting in anger, when we're sitting in fear, when we're sitting in frustration, when we're sitting in this space of like, my life sucks, nothing happens good to me. And trust me, I have been there. I've been in the fear. And it is not necessarily easy to move through sometimes because our bodies, our primitive bodies, are programmed to feel like that saber-toothed tiger is coming to attack us. We are programmed for fear as being our survival mechanism. But there's no saber-toothed tigers. And what happens is we end up, and plus how long did cave women live? I don't know, but we don't need to be programmed for fear anymore. We can choose to feel the fear and stop telling the stories. We can choose to feel that emotion. It is okay for me to feel the emotion of worry and also let him sleep and me come be here and be fully here because I know he's taken care of. It is okay for me to feel the fear, but at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm feeling the fear and I'm Googling nasty stuff. And I'm also telling myself, oh my gosh, what if I didn't get here? What if I didn't? What if I didn't? By the time I went to the hospital this morning, I was in tears. My doctor is like, what's wrong? What happened? It's like, Cole's fine. You brought him in. It's okay. It's all good. Fear is such a blocking flow, right, Shannon? It is such a low vibration, and healing vibration is way higher on that scale, that frequency scale. Sometimes what happens is, now we're going to go into, I have a course called The Power of You, and it's all a mindset course, and it's really about like being able to access the power of our thoughts and being able to manifest the amazing stuff. So if anyone wants that too, just reach out to the tech team or myself. But it is truly this space of understanding that we can hold the emotion, we can hold the fear, we can hold that feeling, but just feel the feeling without telling more stories. What happens is we compound it and we almost lock it in. One of my mentors, Melanie Ann Lair, she explains this as, if you feel the feeling and then you tell a story about the feeling, you know how you like go down the rabbit hole and you're just like, oh my gosh, like, you know, and you start, I bet you she meant this. I know she meant that. And I know, and she did this. And yesterday she looked at me in the grocery store and she looked away and she must have thought that and she must have said that. And I know. No, you don't know. You can feel sad or whatever type of feeling you've got for the situation you're in, but stop telling yourself the story and stop feeding the fear. And whatever you do, just let that go so that you can process the emotion of it at its core. And allow yourself to feel it without feeling judgment about it. Allow yourself to feel it, but stop telling the story. Allow yourself to feel everything, but don't spiral it. What ends up happening to me, and I do talk about this in the Power of You, but when I follow this process, I end up just going, yeah, I feel like I don't want to feel this anymore. I'm fucking bored of it. Okay, I'm done. I just process the emotion. It's just the emotion. All right, so I got sidetracked there, but anyway, okay, let's go back to the bedroom. It sound kind of kinky. So what else did I need? Oh, okay. The other thing, so you want to have solid wall at your back. As much as possible, solid wall at your back as well. So farthest away from the door, view of the door, and solid wall at your back. Now, one of the other things that I want you to do is I want you to always have a headboard. The headboard is that grounding space. If you can, a headboard and a footboard is preferable. But you know, it's not a deal breaker for me, but the headboard is a deal breaker for me. And what you want is a solid headboard, not one with slats, not one with, you know, the antique ones that are like metal. They look really pretty, but they don't make you feel grounded when you're sleeping. This is huge. If you can't afford a headboard, if you don't want to, like, if you don't want to invest in a headboard, you know what? You can make some amazing headboards. I did this, my mom and I actually did this. We got some MDF from the like Rona. Got some MDF. We bought some foam, and we actually bought like a curtain, like a pretty curtain. And we just took a staple gun and we wrapped this curtain, this beautiful, it was like a satin curtain, green. And we wrapped this curtain, we wrapped the foam and the curtain around onto the MDF. It was a little bit hard. Like I think plywood would have worked a little bit better. But anyway, the MDF was a little hard to use a staple gun in, but we wrapped it and we put it up and we just secured it to the wall, I think, or even just pushed the bed up against the wall, but it acted in the same way. So it acted as though it was a headboard, like attached to the bed. Maybe we attached the bed to the headboard. We might have. I can't remember if it was to the wall, like in hotel rooms. But that will be good as well. Like just having something there behind your bed. Otherwise, it feels like you are floating in the middle of an ocean while you sleep. You don't want that. You want to feel secure. Okay. That was a lot. Did you guys take notes? That was a lot. But, and you know what's funny is like, it is just the beginning. It is just the tip of this iceberg. It is just the tip of this iceberg. So, I hope that you've loved these 3 days. I have loved being here with you. Now, let me see. I see Robin say, Susan Jeffers' book, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, read in 1990, best book. Oh, I've never even heard of that book. Well, I mean, I've heard of the saying, but I've never heard of the book. Sandra says, when you're making when you're making shifts in your home, is it normal for things to break on you? Aw, thank you, Shannon. Is it normal for things to break on you? Like what kind of things? What kind of things are you breaking, Sandra? I would look to what kind of things. But you know what? I break things all the time. And I really, truly, I mean, not every day. You know, like I'm not that clumsy. But things break and I just go, oh, okay. It's time to release that. Like I truly just think of the blessing of it. I just think it's just time to release it. If it breaks, it's time to release it. It means I'm holding on to things, then now I can let go. So you might be in a situation where you've been holding on to things that you're ready to release now. Maybe physically, like a mug, I don't know. But like I truly, when things break, I act as though it's a gift for me. And it's a gift for me to release. The more things we can release, the more opportunities we can bring to ourselves. So I think it's just a sign of you releasing. Unless there's like a specific thing. Like my water stopped working the other day. Oh, your water stopped working. And what was the issue? Water is usually a money issue. So it might be that something was stopping your block of flow and the water stopped working for you to fix it. So when you fix it, you might actually see your water increase, your abundance increase. Let me know. Even with my son, like, he's been, in hospital now for, a little bit over 24 hours. Day and a half. And as scary as it was, there were so many blessings that I just feel like I was just divinely led. And I just think that it is, we just count the blessings as much as we can. Okay, Shannon says, it looks like I have to move my bed over as I'm right beside the door. If you can move your bed over, yeah. Oh, and you just redid your room. Oh no, I loved how, take a picture how Sarah did that. I love the stuff above, like the little collage above your bed. It was so beautiful. Okay, Sandra says, haven't had water for days. We'll get it fixed today. 3 days. You haven't had water for 3 days? Why? Well, this is like, I don't know, Sandra. Now, I put it underneath my window. Well, we want 2 of 3, right? We want it in the command position, so 2 of 3. So you want to either have it, I mean, ideally, I don't love having a window behind my head, but you could put, curtains up, like close the curtains or close the blinds at night, if that would help. I am less concerned if you have a window behind your head and you happen to be on the second floor. But if the window was behind my head on the, like, and you were in the basement, I would say no. If you're on the main floor, or close the blinds and close the curtains. If you're on the main floor, again, not ideal, like on ground level, but if you're on upstairs, not so bad. But you want 2 of 3. So you want a view of the door, you want to be farthest away from the door, and solid wall behind your back. So do the best that you can to choose which of the 3, like intuitively, Shannon, like which of the 3, which, if you can't have all 3, like which would you rather? Like just like stand in the space where you're thinking that you would put the bed and see how it feels. I would probably, I'll move it to the window. I am on there for a second floor. Yeah, and just see how it feels. Okay, Sandra, was that the window? I feel like Sarah told me that you just love looking out the window though. So is that the same window or do you have more windows? I actually, in my bedroom, I have a space where it's like there's 2 side windows and my bed goes right underneath, like right in between them, which is handy. We can't always have things perfectly. Our space is not always perfectly designed, right? No, that's the window. Oh, okay. Let's maybe just send me a picture of like the entire room or a video or whatever, and we'll try to figure it out because I know how much you love looking out that window. So, ideally you want, like, let's see what we can do here that would be the best. I want you to have a rejuvenated sleep, and I want you to feel comfortable and get a good night's sleep in your space. But I also don't want to take away something that you love so much. So, like, let's kind of chat in the DMs about this. Sandra said we had a flood in the basement and it damaged the pressure switch. Oh no, you've got a lot of water things going on. I don't know, usually water leaks, water problems, water things, they're all financial blocks. There is is it you, Kim? Is it you, Kim, who had blockages in the pipes? And like the water was draining slow and you fixed the blockages in the pipes and everything shifted. Is that you, Kim? I feel like if Kim is still on there, it might be her. But sometimes we just have a lot of dormant things that are waiting to unleash. There's Kim. Yeah, tell us what happened when you cleaned out all those pipes. But sometimes we have like dormant things, like things that were sort of brewing under the surface and we don't really know that they're there until they erupt. And so I always see these things that come up, whether it's my son or whether it's like, something in the space that is like, oh, what's happening here? Why is this breaking? Why is this costing me so much money? Like it's usually a sign of an up level. It's usually a sign of an up level. I mean, I have had some really nasty things happen. And I will feng shui something and then, it's like, I don't know, something comes along to distract me. It's the yin and the yang of it all. But what ends up happening is it puts me on this amazing path. It always does. It's like somehow I needed to shift a little bit. So I would say you can't feng shui your place wrong. And that does seem like a lot, but I have to say, we had our basement flood when we lived in Grand Cache for a little bit. We were on holidays and our outside water tap somehow shook the pipe inside, and the pipe was corroded because it was 20 plus years old, and it broke and water sprayed all over our basement while we were on holidays in Idaho. And it was a pain in the ass. We were not happy about it. My husband was crankier than me. It took a lot, but what ended up happening is we had so much damage to the basement. We had people coming to look at our house, like check on our house, thank God, every day because our dogs were staying there. And so that was good. And we got a whole new basement and a whole new upstairs kitchen counter or kitchen cupboards and things. And it ended up that we probably benefited financially when we sold the place. So, it always works out in the end. So Kim says, after I cleaned the pipes, which were so disgusting yet satisfying after cleaning them, I was able to go through my emotions better. And deal better with certain things and had some cool things thrown at me. That's right. I couldn't remember what it was, but it was like cleaning the pipes were like cleaning things that were stuck dormant there. So let's see, usually water things and pipes are usually related to wealth. So let's see what happens wealth-wise for you as well, Kim. Sometimes it doesn't happen right away, but if we are holding on to that stuff, if we have stuck energy in our house or in our space, what we can attract in, sometimes is less than is out there for us. It feels like resistance. So today was a lot longer than I wanted it to be, an hour and a half, but I hope that you have absolutely loved this 3 days with me, these 3 days masterclass. And if you are an entrepreneur and you are wanting to really shift your business and your success and your finances to the next level, please let me know, because I can't wait to run, for fuck's sakes, Move Your Desk. You will have lifetime access to this. And anytime I run this, I'm going to be adding to it, and I'm going to be doing more videos and more videos. So you will have lifetime access. You will stay in there. It's only $555 Canadian. But you have initially you had until the end of today for the 20% off. So it's $444 Canadian. I feel like I have been back and forth from the hospital so much that I haven't really talked about it or advertised it about it enough. So I'm going to extend that. I'm going to go in today and extend that coupon until the end of Sunday night. So if you're interested, let me know. And if you have any questions, you can always go and ask the tech team. Send a message to the tech team or send a message to me, and I will be happy to answer any questions that you have. And if you've got any other questions, let me know. I will place the links, or the tech team will. I will place the links below, and we'll see you later, okay? Robin says, thanks so much, Sandra Priestley. Always so much fun, very clear alignment information. Thank you so much. My whole goal, I think, Feng Shui is so confusing that my whole goal is to make sure that it's as simple as possible and implementable as possible. So I'm happy that you are here, and I'm happy that so many of you have loved everything that I've given you so far. So I hope you have an amazing day, and thank you so much for being in this masterclass. I friggin' love it. Okay.